Good damn afternoon, Americans. Jericho Green here with you once again. Your green gear is still 25% off until the end of the year. Promo code Trump46. So, people, I'm happier than usual. I mean, come on. For the most part, we are happy day to day. We live in the greatest country in the world. We're happy, we're healthy. Our family's healthy, hopefully. But I'm a little happier than usual today because normally I would be saying I got a call, but I had to make a call because I got called to start the background check process. I mentioned this probably been about 3 weeks now, but I started the background process to pick up my Mossberg 500 Tactical Persuader 12 gauge shotgun. So, I went in there, started the process, paid the money and all that, and they told me the earliest I would be able to pick it up if approved would be November 6th. They said the latest would be November 26th. So like I said, coming up on 3 weeks, or about 3 weeks now, my buddy was like, man, just give them a call. It might be ready, and they just didn't call you. And I was thinking, oh man, they're not going to do that. This is the purchase of a firearm. This is major. You know, this is not something to take lightly. They wouldn't forget to call me. He's like, man, call him right now. Shout out to my man Tyson. I said, all right. So I figured, man, it's not going to be ready. So I called, and he asked for my phone number and stuff, and he verifies the name. And I'm like, yeah, that's me. And he says, okay. So he's sitting there, I can hear him clickety-clacking on the keyboard. And he says, oh, yeah, it's ready. I was like, oh, it's ready to pick up right now? He's like, yeah, you can come get it today. Man. Anyway, so made the call, got the answer that I wanted. So I'm going to pick it up. I already got 200 rounds. People might be saying, Jericho, why so few rounds? Hard to come by. But I know some people that know some people. So I'm going to go somewhere and pick some up on a certain day when they get their delivery. So I want to have like 1,000 rounds on hand, like not including what I go to the range to, sharpen the skills with. But I want to have 1,000 rounds on hand at all times. So I will start working on that immediately. But I get to go pick it up. I'm on my way right now. So rest easy, America, because Bidenis Pervertis says that when he is inaugurated, this is what he says. This is what his crazy, senile, hey, this isn't the mall. This is what his ass said. So take that with the biggest grain of salt you ever seen in your life. But let's play along, shall we? Biden says that he said that today, and today being Transgender Day of Remembrance. I guess it's to remember those in the transgender community who have been killed. I don't know if it's just the ones who have been killed. Well, actually, I think it is, because it said in the article that 37 transgender people have been killed this year. One of the most violent years since 2013. And 37 of them have been killed so far this year. So that lets you know how small of a group they are, and which makes me further wonder, why do they have so much control? But anyway, that almost fucked that seagull up right now. Anyway, that's life by the bay, life on the coast. If they're not shitting on your car, they're running into your windshield. Anyway, so that's just the people who have killed, but they didn't mention the number of them who kill themselves. I think it's still around 46% of transgender people that commit suicide even after surgery. But we're supposed to tear down and remodel our society after those people. Okay. But anyway, Biden says that as soon as he's sworn in, his first day, he's going to get to work for the transgender people and the non-gender conforming folk of America. That's what he's going to do. He's going to tackle that day one. Now, he didn't say that to you black folks who are falling all over yourselves to support this motherfucker, to support the author of the '94 crime bill. His fingerprints are all over it. But you dummies lined up to vote for this motherfucker and then want to sit there and point at black folks like myself who didn't and call us names. That makes fucking sense. Anyway, he didn't say that he was going to jump in there on day one and start tackling the issues for you dumbasses. Nope. He's going to continue to do what him and Barack Obama did in his administration. Do everything they can for the Ku Klux Trans and leave your dumb black ass in the dust. And you're going to go ahead and 4 more years and pull the lever for that same line of dumbasses. Good job. So he says when he gets in office, first day, watch out guys, back up. We're going to light that White House up in rainbow colors, just like Barack did. He never lit it up in blue for dead police officers, but whatever, guys. Now you're just splitting hairs. Fucking ridiculous. So anyway, Oregonians, I know I said California will not be out stupiding it, but man, Oregon is nipping at our fucking Birkenstock heels. Because now in Oregon, there's a 2-week hard lockdown in Oregon. What's her name? Governor Brown. She said that you guys can't have gatherings of more than 6 people for 2 weeks. And if you dare go against the crown of Oregon, if you dare go against the mighty ruler of Oregon, you will face. Which had a drum roll, like one of those drums, like the drummer boys in a battle. You will face, pretend I'm reading this off of a scroll. You will face 30 days in jail and or $1,250 in fines. So because I'm breaking this arbitrary fucking rule that you just decided to make up, that you just pulled out of your disgusting ass, because this sweet and sour sniffles ain't shit. Is it real? Yeah. And somehow some people on the other side of the argument, those that think that we need to do all this shit for COVID and it's the worst thing that we've ever come across since the Black Plague. Some of those people, the extreme ones, seem to think that there's no middle ground. Either you are for everything, all these lockdowns in the extreme, or you're a denier that it exists in the first place. And that's just not true. It exists, yeah. Should we halt the greatest economy ever? No. Should you limit things in our personal lives? No. You guys forget, you politicians forget what you're here for. Give us the information. We decide what to do with it. See, maybe that's it. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe we just solve things. See, you guys, you just forgot who's in charge. That's all. It's an easy fix. All you have to do is remember that we're in charge. So you give us the information because you guys are tied into all these things, the CDC, the FBI and all that, people that know things around the world. Because we're out here living life, making shit happen. You guys just sit there in fancy clothes being driven around like you're some kind of fucking royalty. So you go out, collect the information, give it to us. We will decide what we will do. We will decide who's coming over and who's not. But if you dare go against Queen Brown, 30 days in jail. Now, I've never been to jail before, but I've talked to people who have. I'm related to people who have. I've seen videos and documentaries by people who have. So I'm going to go ahead and go out on this non-incarcerated limb and say that jail is pretty fucked up. It's pretty violent. It's pretty crazy. So to throw some normal citizen with no criminal background into a jail for 30 days is 2 things: extreme and fucked up. It's wrong. You should not put somebody in jail for 30 days for not following your bullshit COVID rules. And a $1,250 fine? You know how that goes, people. You don't have the money? You got to make payments? Then they start adding on fees. Now your $1,250 is way more than that, isn't it? And you're paying on it for years. It's a bunch of bullshit. You're going to send your cops to somebody's house to put them in handcuffs and take them away in front of their loved ones, probably to the sounds of screaming and crying, for getting together with the people they care about in a larger group than you deem proper. Fuck you. You guys have got the shoe on the other damn foot. You got it all wrong. What part of the game is this? I'm the boss. You're the employee. You are the underling. I'm the crime boss. I'm Brando at the table. Make him an offer he can't refuse. You're the underling. You're the lieutenant. You do what the fuck I say. No, guys. Come here. Come here, politicians, governors, senators, all you fucking dummies. Come here. Bring it in tight. That's the problem. You guys just forgot. So you need your memory jogged a little bit, huh? Because we went to the ballot box and cast our name for you or the other guy or girl, whatever. Somebody cast enough ballots to get your punk ass in office. So you got to do what we say. We're in charge. We the people. It doesn't say you the politicians. It says we the people. You can't tell me what the fuck to do in my personal life. Once it gets inside my home, that's where you stop. That's where you should stop. Don't tell me how, when, and where, and who to worship. Don't tell me how to raise my kids. Don't tell me how to run my household or who I can have the fuck in it. This is my house. We're the ones paying the rent, paying the mortgage, whatever your situation is. You better check the name on that fucking account, on that deed. You better check the name on there. You better check the name on that rental agreement, on that lease. Because I don't think Mayor or Governor Brown is on it. I don't think her name is on there. I don't think Governor Newsom's name is on mine. So why the fuck do you get to tell me what goes on inside of a building that you don't help to keep? That just doesn't make sense to me. But you're looking at $1,250 in fines and or 30 days in fucking jail around thugs, pimps, killers, and drug dealers. Don't forget the rapists. So here you come in a 9-to-5er like, hey, what's up, guys? What do you think's going to happen to them? What do you think they're going to see inside there? Violence. And you shouldn't have to go through that. You shouldn't be put in those conditions because you didn't follow some arbitrary bullshit that you didn't agree to. And another part of all this COVID bullshit, maybe I'm ignorant to some of this, but I don't agree with people not being able to visit their loved ones in the hospital. Now, are we talking about having a room full of people like at a birth or something? No. But I'm talking about people with serious conditions. If you get admitted to the hospital, you should be able to have somebody come visit you and see you. What if they die? And they had to do that alone because of COVID. Because of the sweet and sour sniffles that isn't going to kill as many people as shit we deal with every fucking day. These hospitals aren't overflowing with COVID-infected people. It's not as bad as they told us. It never is. But that is fucked up that a loved one has to be in the hospital by themselves. Even your kids. Just imagine for a second. Your child is in the hospital for whatever. And they have to stay the night, multiple nights. And you can't even go visit them. You can't even visit until, was it usually 8 o'clock? Visiting hours are over. It's bad enough your child would have to sleep there by themselves. But you can't go visit them and comfort them? What, I'm supposed to talk to them over the phone? FaceTime them in their hospital bed? Get the fuck out of here. These people must not understand. Maybe they don't have kids. I don't know. Or maybe they do, and they're just fucking monsters. That's totally possible. But because of this bullshit that is nothing like you told us it was going to be, you can't visit your loved one in the hospital and be with them and your kids knowing they're scared. It's weird being around adults you don't know as a kid and not seeing a familiar face. But that's where we are. These are the type of people that we voted for. I'm speaking for the left coast. Not me personally, I would never. But our fellow left coastians have. These are the kind of dummies they vote in. If you don't do what I tell you, you can go to jail for a month or pay me over $1,200. What kind of pimp gangster shit is that? The U.S. government, that's what kind. And if we vote these dummies in again, I don't know how long Governor Brown's been in power up there. This dumbass we got down here, Gavin Bang Your Wife Newsom, this fucking turd in a suit has only been in power for a year. So unless we get the cojones, which we probably won't, to recall or impeach this cocksucker, then we got 3 more years of this shit to deal with. Speaking of liberal suckers of cock, I saw at work, I'm walking through the parking lot, and it was this little Mini Cooper, right? And I look over and I had to do a double take, right? So I'm walking by and I see this actually approach from the back of the vehicle. That'll come into play in just a second. But I walk up and I look and I see a piece of cardboard and it says, all I can see is like act matters. I'm like, oh, let me guess. Black Lives Matter. Upon closer review, that's right. They had a Black Lives Matter about, I don't know, a 12 or 8 by 10, 8 by 12 little piece of cardboard covered with a few things on their dashboard in their car. Like in case they came across a riot or a protest or some shit, they have their little sign there at the ready. Or maybe it was just so people can walk by and be like, hey, that person's down. That person is woke. So now here's where me approaching from the rear of the vehicle comes into play. So this car has a Black Lives Matter little cardboard cutout or whatever on the dashboard, and on the back of the car in the window is a UC Santa Cruz sticker. Of course, somebody from Santa Cruz has Black Lives Matter written on a piece of cardboard at the ready in case they gotta bust it out and show they're down with the struggle. What struggle? They got their little sign right there, and of course they're from Santa Cruz. Now, for those of you who don't know anything about Santa Cruz, if you've ever seen a blue-haired liberal who believes all this crazy shit, the Green New Deal, open the borders, man. Cis white males are racist by nature, man. This is where they make these fuckers in Santa Cruz. You probably seen, who was it? Was it, maybe it was both of them. Pulp Fiction, after they clean the brains off of themselves, one or both of them is wearing a UC Santa Cruz Banana Slugs t-shirt. Yes, their mascot is a yellow banana slug. But Santa Cruz is where they make liberals and granola-eating dirt fucking hippies. Like, if you're by the water, it's like, dude, whoa, fucking surf, man, whoa, skateboard. And then away from that, a little inland is where you get to all the, hey, man, down with the establishment, bro. You know, all the salt and pepper ponytail Hawaiian shirt wearing Subaru Legacy driving professors. That's where they're from. But that shit, well, it's funny. I saw that and I was like, of course you got a Black Lives Matter sign just in case you got a pander. But people, you know what time it is. It's time for me to get home to my beautiful wife and kids. But you know how it goes. I try to be done with the left, but they just won't let me. Please subscribe. Hit that notification bell, because every time it rings, a piece of shit liberal cries. Get your Jericho Green notification tone. Link in the description box. Utilize the PayPal link and the Teespring link to get your green gear. I am Jericho Green. Man up.